Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going to be analysing, and the game we will be analysing is the first game of the Korean qualifier, which was between Incredible Miracle and Xenics Modslook. And I will be showing you a selected amount of clips where I'll be explaining each of them and how you can later implement them into your own gameplay. In this first clip I'm going to show you, we have Xenics attempting to perform a turret dive to at least zone the members of the Incredible Miracle away so they can get an early turret, first blood, or anything more. At 1 minute 30, IM's bot lane were already up in the top lane, preparing to freeze the lane, whereas Xenics duo were about 30 seconds late, therefore they could not do the same. This forced Xenics to push the lane and decide whether they were going to continue to push and grab the turret, or go for an early dragon. If they allow IM's minion wave to push into their own turret, it would have been dangerous with the lack of range Xenics have early on, and IM's ability to turret dive. Allowing this to happen would give IM the opportunity to go for an early dragon themselves, which is not something you would want to give a mid-game team composition. Also, when a team decides to lane swap, the jungler would want to be on the side of the jungle where his bottom lane duo are located by about 3 minutes to push or dive the turret. Therefore, both junglers started on the opposite side of the map from one another. As we watch this clip, we will see Tucson coming down to the bottom lane in order to aid Lilac in the 1 vs 2 situation, as the junglers of each team and Xenics Sky join for the turret dive. We will see how Xenics become hesitant of IM, therefore they back away with no real gain at all, and a large minion wave free for IM to pick up. So as we run this clip out, we will see Nika and Road pushing the minion wave into the turret, with Sky and Drizzle coming through the tri-brush into IM's jungle to collect the golems. Lilac reaches the bottom lane, and Wisdom, reading this situation well, has also moved down and see the enemy top and jungler stealing his golem camp. Now Sky picked up the bigger golem for himself, therefore he has just gained 2 levels where Lilac is still level 1. So right now, Xenics are the stronger team in both experience, levels and numbers. Now if we pause here, we can see that the turret is being attacked by 4 caster minions, and there is also a new wave of minions on its way. Xenics are in a good position to execute the turret dive cleanly without losing too much health or having the possibility of giving up first blood. Now IM are moving to the safety of under their turret, so when Xenics do dive, they have the risk of taking extra damage from the turret. Upon Xenics initiating, Road gets turret aggro and Xenics decide to back away completely. That allows IM to pick up the minion wave that has been left under the turret, and any small experience leads Xenics did have, they have now lost. In my opinion, I think Xenics could have pushed this much harder. They had the level advantage, numbers advantage, and minions advantage to execute this well. They also had more damage and crowd control than IM, due to Alistair's Pulverize being on cooldown, and both Mundo and Alistair do not have much damage, and Mundo was still level 1. So the main damage output was Kha'Zix, who is also the squishiest member here. So Xenics could have pushed this much harder and possibly got first blood onto Tucson or Wisdom, which would have created a big enough threat to force Lilac away from the turret, free for Xenics to pick up. Then, if they did not lose too much health from the dive, they could have picked up an early dragon as well, although this would have been risky. This second clip I want to show you is at 11 minutes. This time, Incredible Miracle perform a tower dive onto Xenics and pick up first blood. Throughout this dive, keep your eyes on Road, who is playing Braum. His positioning was beneficial in keeping his allies healthy, and locking down the members of Incredible Miracle under the tower for longer, causing them to take more damage than intended. Although Road did die towards the end of this dive, what he did allowed his team to pick up Dragon soon after. So let's run the clip. So to begin, we see Sunstar and Tucson pushing into Xenics' turret. Wisdom is in the jungle coming down to the bottom lane, and in the top lane Mundo is recalling back, and this is seen by Xenics Sky. Frozen is now seen coming down the river. Seeing this movement and absence of these members, Xenics are forced to react. Okay, so if we pause this here, Tucson is going to cast Pulverize onto Road, gaining turret aggro, and headbutts him in front of the turret and behind Iron's minion wave. Road then pauses for a moment to cast his ultimate until Mundo's teleport has almost finished, knocking up 3 members of IM, forcing them to take more damage, and then Road will flash to safety of his AD carry. So if we see this, Pulverize, Headbutt, Teleport, Ultimate, and that will knock all 3 members up. Now if we pause again here, Frozen will now enter the lane with Spirit Rush, which as an RA is the safest way to turret dive, by coming through the tri-brush and down the lane out of the turret range, instead of coming all the way down the river and up the lane where you are in possible range of the turret for longer. So during this time, Road will get killed, but IM have now taken too much damage and must disengage. IM's main damage dealers and support are all below half health, while all live Xenics members are healthy. This will now allow Xenics to grab Dragon fairly uncontested and even out the gold overall. Although the turret dive wasn't executed perfectly, both teams should have been happy. IM's team composition is focused on picks and sieging, therefore getting first blood on Ari, who is a good champion for both picks and siege, is beneficial. On the other hand, Xenics' team composition is focused on team fights with lots of CC, and applying their CC one after another to lock down the enemy. Against a pick composition, it is important a team like Xenics can find the enemy out of position and start a fight, and then turn that into an objective. So this is the last clip I'll be showing you today, and it's at 15 minutes. This is just after the clip I had previously shown. So just to catch up, after IM turret dove Xenics managed to pick up the dragon. Then IM attempted to steal Xenics' blue buff. Road used his ultimate during that steal attempt, therefore it will not be available in this clip I'm about to show. So what's happening now is that Xenics are now going to attempt to steal IM's blue buff. Just like every objective that has and will be contested during this game, a team fight will be carried out shortly before. So in this clip, let's focus on the positioning of both teams, because that's what I think made this team fight so one-sided. Xenics are also a person short. Graves is down in the bottom lane pushing for the bot lane turret, whereas all members of Incredible Miracle are around this blue buff area. Mundo will not be part of this team fight, as he is stuck in the blue buff camp the entire duration. So Tucson on Alistair was acting as a tank throughout this fight. As we run this clip out, we see that Tucson gets engaged on by Lulu and Road. Tucson pulverizes Road, knocking him up into the air, with both damage dealer Ari and Sunstar damaging from the back line. Tucson and Road both get low, and Frozen casts Spirit Rush to go deeper into this team fight. Now Lulu we'll cast Wild Growth on Road. Remember, Road does not have his ultimate available. Wild Growth knocks several members of IM up, and knocking Wisdom behind all members of Xenics, followed by Sky casting Twisted Advance onto Tucson, dealing the final blow and activating its ultimate. Now Tucson is dead, there is no front line for IM. Mundo is still stuck with the blue buff. His flash is on cooldown, and by the time he walks around to help his squishy members, they would probably be dead. Wisdom is also about to die as he is squishy and out of position due to the wild growth. Frozen, luckily, still had one remaining charge left on his Spirit Rush. Therefore, he uses that to create a gap between him and the Xenics members to get to safety. Sunstar tries to get away himself, but not before CC has been applied, so he is chased down and finished off, which then allowed Xenics to steal IM's blue buff, which would cause problems for Ari as she is mana heavy. Overall, Xenics managed to pick up the bot lane turret, obtain IM's blue buff, and win the team fight against IM with a 1-for-3 trade granted them a large lead. In my opinion, I didn't see a way for IM to actually win this team fight. With the team composition Xenics had, the last place you want to be found on the map is in a choke in the jungle. This allows Xenics to cast all of their damage and CC onto you without being able to dodge any of them. I also think there was a lack of team communication at this point for IM, since two members wanted to just focus on taking the blue buff and backing away while the other three wanted to fight. The best option to be done here was actually to not engage in the team fight and just focus on picking up the blue buff. Tucson was almost certainly dead. Maybe he could have gotten away by using his headbutt onto Road or flashing away. Lilac's flash was on cooldown throughout this fight, so he would have not been able to join the team fight in time to make a difference.